warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum salam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello. Good morning, evening, or even afternoon to the ladies and gentlemen that has settled with us for yet another MH Radio. With me, your host, Sultanat al and along with our beautiful and lovely guest, Mr. Kevin.
Hello everyone. Hello to all of you.
And Jeza.
Hello, everyone.
And of course, every time we do this MH Radio, we consistently bringing the most fun, most intriguing topics of all. And as of today, beautiful ladies and gentlemen, we have provided you a topic that all sports lovers must enjoy, and that is our love for sports and the enthusiasm of Olympics. Now, modern Olympics Games are leading international sporting events featuring summer and winter sports competition, in which thousands of athletes from around the world participate in a variety of competitions. The Olympic Games are considered to be the world's foremost sports and the competitions with more than 200 nations participating. As the decision-making body, the International Olympic Committee or IOC is responsible for choosing the host for the city for each games, organizes it, and funds the game according to the Olympics Charter. The IOC also determines the Olympic program consisting of the sports to be contested at the Games. There are several Olympic rituals and symbols such as Olympic flag and torch, which I would assume that everyone knows about, and it's pretty familiar with everyone. And as well as the opening and closing ceremonies. Over 14,000 athletes competed at the 2016 Summer Olympics and the 2018 Winter Olympics combined in 35 different sports and over 400 events. Now, it is a very huge international event, and it's a must, and I repeat, it's a must that we need a special celebration in this YouTube pre-recorded session. We want to celebrate the moments of this once in a 4-year international event by representing the audience the love of sports branches in the Olympic Games, besides the teacher and student perspective on how this sports urges in our life. And as we all know, there has been a plan going around in the background that the Olympics will actually continue in Tokyo, Japan from 23rd July to 8 August of 2021. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let us go and ask a couple of questions to this beautiful and lovely guest that we have over here. And the first questions would be for the both of them, and that is, are you watching the Olympics, Mr. Kevin?
Yes, of course. I am currently watching the Olympics.
And what type of like Olympic games do you watch, Mr.?
So currently, I am tailing basketball, badminton, and weightlifting.
Oh, weightlifting. Okay, I see. And Jeza, what type of Olympic sports do you follow nowadays?
Yeah. Currently, I am following basketball, only basketball, not any other sports, just only basketball.
Oh, only basketball. That's it.
Yep.
Oh, you really must love basketball, huh? Okay, Mr. Kevin, out of all the four competitions that you mentioned, as in like weightlifting, archery, basketball, and also the other one is swimming, right? Did you said swimming? Okay, so out of out, out of the four competitions that you mentioned, which one is your favorite, and which one do you follow the most?
Okay, I might say I love following the basketball. Okay, just to show my love of basketball, I have
Wow!
Michael Jordan's
Oh,
jersey here. Okay, so mint, still in mint condition, and the other one is the weightlifting because for more than 50 years is the first time that Philippines got the first ever gold medal in weightlifting. So that's why I'm
wow!
following weightlifting.
I
But still, I love basketball. Still, I love basketball.
Congratulations to Philippines for winning the weightlifting, right? Can we get a round of applause for Philippines? Wow. What's the name of the athlete that won that mistake?
Okay, she is Heidelin Francisco Diaz. So
I see.
yes,
What weight did she lift?
I think she's in the women's category, like 55 kilograms. Yes.
Hmm. So she's lifting 55?
Yes, 55 above.
Oh, 55 above. Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's a lot of weight. I mean, I don't know. But okay, so we're just going to move on to Jezza. Jezza, since you only mentioned one, right? Basketball. Am I correct?
Yep.
Okay, so basketball is a team-based competitions, right? And then I'm pretty sure like there are a lot of teams that wanted to be compete that will compete in the Olympics. And which team are you backing up with?
I'm rooting for the Slovenia because there's mainly Luka Doncic, and yeah, I think that's it. I'm following other teams like USA to watch them lose. I think it's makes me a little happy to see them lose after winning for many years. So I think this year will be great.
Yes,
So,
I think I've noticed that players who are NBA players who are playing for the country, they are different monsters. Like when they
oh,
play in their country, bring the name of their country, they become a different monster. Like
because
Luca. Yes,
because the weight on their back, Mister. Because like if they're winning, if they're playing for the team, like for their team, the weight is a little bit like lighter. But like when they were trying to win for their country, that whoa, that's a big weight,
yes, I
And
agree. I agree. I agree.
that like the amount of like adrenaline when you step into the court when you're like representing your country is so good, right? Like it's so immense, and I'm pretty sure that's why like there are different monsters as of like Luka Doncic as well. Like I'm pretty sure USA has lost their magic because it went all to like Luka Doncic, right? Okay, and then uh, Mr. Kevin and also Jizza, as we all know that we're right now like facing the pandemic, and that's pretty much well known. And what is your stance about like the Olympic Charter or the IOC saying that maybe we should continue this Olympic during the pandemic and it will be settled in Japan, Tokyo. So what's your stance, Jizza?
I think the show must go on. I think I feel pity if we don't continue the show. Because the athletes have worked really hard to compete in the Olympics. That's like a huge lifestone achievement. You know, and I think we need to have a tight protocols for the athletes, even though there's already some athletes that are infected. But I think if we, make it more strict, I think we can do good on this year's Olympic.
Jizza really want to see USA lose, huh? He is really keen on it. He is really want. He really wants to see it. Okay, Mr. Kevin, what's your stance about the Olympic being continued in the pandemic during the pandemic?
I think I might go to the opposite road with Jess, Jay. I think for me, the health of all of the participants and especially the host country is on the top priority. Like, I think we can postpone the Olympics first. Like right now, this Olympic should be last 2020, right? But they postponed, and now we're going to, and it's happening. And so sad that it is going to happen amidst this COVID-19 pandemic. So for me, like we can postpone this one because life is more valuable than these sports. I know Olympics is really a huge or immense international historical event, but I think life is more precious. Like once you hit COVID, once you're dead, you cannot go back in time again to play. But if we postpone Olympics, we can play it again the next couple of years, right? So for me, my stance should be like, I think we can chill for a while and let this pandemic pass first. And we can play it again in a couple of years once everyone is vaccinated, or we can say everyone is safe or the world healed against this pandemic. Then we can move on and play these Olympics again.
So for you, it's just like to postpone because like valuing life more than sport is like a lot more. meaningful than it is like for
Yes.
us who value sports more than life. Okay, it's pretty understandable. And Jeza, what do you have anything to say to that?
Yes, I think
Okay.
the Olympics needs to take a closer look and learn from the NBA. I think the executive Adam Silver made a great job for the last season or two last seasons, because he managed the season to go on even though they're in the middle of pandemic, and they're securing the players by making the strict rules. The players cannot go out, and then they need to wear masks 24/7 and all that. And as of recently, there's no cases reported. So I think we can learn from the NBA to keep the athletes healthy, and to keep the show go on.
I see. So we should take what do you call it? Take example from the NBA, right? Because wasn't it like during the season, the players that played in the NBA season, they need to stay inside of like a place or like a bubble, right? They call it bubble. And then like the NBA players cannot go out, or they nor anyone can come in, so that the health of the athlete can be like protected in a way. Okay, that's pretty reasonable. Reasonable. What do you call it? Reasons. I mean, I think that would work if we applied in the Olympics. But I don't know about Mr. Cameron. What do you think, Mr. Cameron?
Yes. I think Jay enlightened me. I think I will go with him now. Yeah. I
Oh,
think I agree with him that we can follow the blueprint of the NBA. So like we can still continue the Olympics, but we'll have to pass a stricter health protocols so everyone will be safe. And yes, I think we can still continue to play with this Olympics even though we have this pandemic. If we are all be responsible to follow stricter health protocols. So I will go with Jay now. I think the show must goes on. The show must go on. Yeah.
yeah. I think everyone would love to see who will win. In the basketball team, whether USA or Slovakia win, right? And we really want to see USA lose, as Jeza mentioned. And I'm quoting from Jeza, by the way. Okay. Thank you so much for the answer, or like the debate that we had, a little debate. But like we're going to move on to another question. And as we all know that sport is really important. Can we all agree on that? Sports are very important. We need that, like to keep healthy and stuff like that. But what is your opinion about what sports can benefit you, Mr. Kevin?
I think if we are doing sports, yes, I think we have a lot of benefits. Like first of course, our physical fitness will be physically fit, and beyond that physical fitness, we can also develop and strengthen our mental health because once you do
Absolutely.
sports, you are facing pressure like a team sport. Like even an individual sport, you are facing pressure. And as a student, as a teacher, as a parent, all of us are facing pressure every day of our life. And if we are weak to face pressure, then we might not enjoy our day. But if we have sports, yes, if we keep on playing sports, if we develop a certain sport, then we will be trained to be mentally fit and physically fit. So, and it's very helpful for students too, since you are bombarded with pressure every day from task, homework, and assignments, then getting a sport will really help you mentally and physically. So that would be the benefits of having a sport.
I think Mr. Kevin really represents all the MH students now, is it? Thank you so
Woohoo!
much for being the representative of our voice. Okay, Joseph, do you have anything to add to Mr. Kevin's statement?
Yeah, I do. Sports is really important for our lives, including the mental health, because I think I've read some research on it that, most of the smart students actually do, sports. I think it adds the benefits of sports, to make you more focused at something and develops your brain.
I see. That's completely understandable, and I'm pretty sure, like in Indonesia, we're not very open about the sports and also like mental health in a way because like we kind of like only brushed off sports and like, oh, you only need to you can only gain like healthy like physical health benefits, but like little do they know they can also improve their mental state because like as Mr. Kevin said, like the constant pressure that you're going to be put in, but it's not like a really constant pressure. It's just like your body feeling tired and like you're exhausted, and that sort of like constant pressure would eventually like develop your mental like to go on with like having a pressure like situation type of stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much like healthy in both ways and mentally and also like physically. Thank you so much for the answers. And now we're going to move on to another question, and that is, do you think Indonesia has a potential to become an Olympic host in the future? Since in 2032, wow, we have been declined as the host of the Olympics. 2032, that's like 11 years ahead. Mr. Kevin, what do you think about it?
Yes, it's just so unfortunate that we are declined. We are already declined in advance. But I can
Yeah,
say that I think we still have the opportunity to be a host in the future. I mean, this is the right time for us to prove to the world that we can be a host country, especially in the current Olympics. I think we just need to we need to pour our support to our athletes in Japan that if they get more medals, then we might have the chance to be the host again in the future. So I believe we have, as we can see now that Indonesian athletes are achieving well and they're doing good and great. I think they are achieving lots of medals now, and because having lots of medals is one way to be a mother host, right? So I still feel that we can be a host in the future. How about you, Jay?
Yeah, I do agree with you. I think we do really have, an opportunity for us to be the host of the Olympics. But I think, I'm gonna add something. I think, our country needs to do some adjustment before we host the Olympics.
yeah, I completely understand what do you call it, the what Diza and also Mr. Kevin said. And I think it's also worth to mention that back in like 2019, we won 11 gold medals, not six bronze, six silver, and four bronze. And in total, it's like what 23 or 22. And then like in 2020, actually, Japan won 20 medals in total with 11 gold medals. And it's kind of like I don't know. It's like a stepping stone of like if you want to become the host of the what do you call it, the Olympics and the Olympic Games, you need to participate a lot more in terms of like winning and also like earning these like medals and whatnot. But like I'm pretty sure the reason why they declined us in advance for like 11 years ahead, I'm pretty sure they also have like a couple of like considerations in our country, even though we already like what do you call it, competed so much or like participated so much in the Olympic. I'm pretty sure like the IOC have made like a good decision to not like let us be the host, even though it's sad, but like I guess that's the fact, right? Yeah. Thank you so much, Jaza and Mr. Kevin. And unfortunately, we have already reached the end of our MH radio. And I'm really thankful for Jaza, once more, Jaza and also Mr. Kevin for attending this MH radio. Please, everyone, give them a big applause, big round of applause. And we would like to see you in the next MH radio, which will be brought by the news. I don't know. I don't know who's next, but thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time to listening to us, this MH Radio. And please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to see more of this MH Radio, what do you call it, events or like MH Radio in general, please just comment, subscribe, and also comment like what do you want to see next, or like, subscribe, whatever that is. And your host, Sultan Atala Shadi, would like to sign off with this MH Radio. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.